Love of the Invisibles, How Ash Found Violet, 25. Copyrighted 2015 by Nazeli Zelian. It seemed like Refi did not leave her sight after that. She still sent scattered images of them walking through a terminal, getting through customs, getting into an airplane, but there were no words, and Ash knew why. Refi was able to read Violet's thoughts when she felt weak, and from her messages Ash felt that Violet was depressed and was losing her strength. The flight is for Yerevan, Ash told Norik after Violet sent him the image of the electronic board with flight number and the city. We're flying there then, Norik said. How could you be so sure we would be able to get tickets so soon? Ash asked. Ash, this is Russia. Money talks. And what I have is a lot of money and some invisible contacts working in the right places in Moscow. He was right. The minute they landed, he made 2 phone calls, made an electronic transfer to his contact, and got the booth number where he could get the tickets. Easy, Norik said. We have to sit at the very end of the airplane, though. Well, not a problem, since the flight is only 2.5 hours. When they arrived at Zvartnots airport, they had no problem finding a taxi. What's the local time? Ash asked the middle-aged taxi driver. 3 o'clock in the morning, he answered in English with a slight accent. Do you have a place to stay, or should I take you to Armenia Hotel on Independence Square? There are museums, restaurants, singing fountains. Would you take us to Sisian province? I have to meet with someone there, Norik asked. Yes, but it is very far from here. I thought you were going to Yerevan. We can take another taxi if you take us to the city, Norik stated. No, the taxi driver said. I will drive you there. But there are places that I have to slow down, mountains, snow, low visibility. It took them half an hour from the airport to the city and a little while to get to the highway that curved along the side of the mountains. It was still night with starless sky, but the ground, the mountains, and the numerous trees growing on it were covered with white sparkly snow. The passengers were silent, and the driver kept looking at the violet-eyed man sitting next to him and the gray-eyed man in the back seat looking strangely into the mirror. The lady with them was fast asleep. He thinks we're some kind of freaks, Norik told Ash as they were telepathically connected and were communicating silently through the drive. Everything's all right? He asked the driver, seeing that he was feeling uneasy or threatened. You didn't negotiate the price. You didn't even ask about it, he stated. We will pay anything you ask, within reason, of course. What is it? Norik asked. The driver told them the amount with drum, but Norik asked what would be the dollar amount. $100, 25 each, the driver said, and waited for them to negotiate. All right, that's fine, Norik said. You're serious? He asked, astonished, but kept driving. While Amber slept, leaning on Hunter's shoulder in the back of the car next to the window seat, the 3 men kept their eyes open, with Hunter constantly scanning the area for Violet and telling them that they were getting closer. I can feel my uncle's presence too, but there are more invisibles with him, Norik communicated with Ash. Where exactly in Sisian are you going anyway? The driver asked at the fork road. Karahunj, Norik answered. You're crazy. That is way up there, and the river crossing is frozen by now. He almost screamed. We can all be killed. The road is bad. Bad. What was that word? Treacherous? Ash asked. Yes, that, the driver said. Plus, it is spooky over there. The wind and the holes in those stones make scary hauling sounds. No one goes there in winter. Listen, my sister was kidnapped, Norik said slowly, to make an impact of each word. She and her kidnappers might be there already. This is her husband, her brother-in-law, and the lady in the back seat is my cousin. We need your help. You are serious? The driver asked again. I will pay you if you help, Norik said. Keep your money, he answered. Not everything is for sale here. You pay only for the drive. The help is free. Karahunj. You guys are crazy, but we can match crazy. We, Norik asked. The boys. He picked up his cell phone and dialed up and started to talk in Armenian. Then he dialed another number and talked some more. All they could understand was the word love. He kept saying, love, love. It was very strange. Why does he speak of love? Amber, barely awake, asked when the driver stopped talking. It means okay or good, depending on context, the driver explained. I have a friend in Yerevan who has a cousin in Sisyan who will arrange a suitable transportation and a guide to climb up there. But we have to make a slight detour. We have no time to lose, Ash said, full of emotions. Norik sensed that he was getting more anxious by the moment and was ready to tear apart anything and anyone who could stand in his way getting to his wife. They've spent enough time together for Norik to understand how much he loved and cared for her. As he looked at his brother-in-law, he realized that he was communicating with his brother Hunter. Okay, I understand, he said and turned to the driver. Take your detour and communicate it more with his brother. Hunter has detected an accumulation of city people on the direction we were going and that there are many cars piled up ahead. The road we were going to take is not clear. Oh, I know in winter there are a lot of small avalanches and snow pileups. That must be one of those, said the driver. Then his phone rang and he picked it up. Love, love, he said after listening to it for a little while. All is ready. Where cars can't go, horses, sleds and dogs can. He explained that his friend's cousin is the son of the head of the local government and he has arranged 3 snowmobiles to take them on a terrain that has no roads for cars. They also have gumpers that can sniff out people that have passed on the terrain. What gumper? Ash almost jumped from his seat. The local shepherd dogs, of course, explained the driver. They're strong enough to choke a wolf, but gentle around children. National dog of Armenia, he added with pride. Yeah, even his name was the name of a dog, Ash thought, and his brother Hunter raised an eyebrow. Soon they have arrived to a village that seemed sleeping under a deep snow, although the roads were cleared with grey slush on the sides. At the end of the road they spotted a man waving with a flashlight, and when they approached, 3 men were waiting for them, with snowmobiles and dogs. Oh, but what beautiful dogs, Ash thought. Too bad they named his rival after them. Although he was a strong sniffing dog, he found him and Violet wherever they went. Well, he was glad that the Council of People had sentenced him to the exile island for many crimes against invisibles and city people while helping Refi. It was good to know that the island was in the middle of nowhere and Gumper would be unable to escape with strong defenses sealing the place. Violet raised her energy to a maximum to heat herself up. Refi has taught her that. She had learned many invisible skills while she was with him. The car engine was stopped to avoid any generator damage since they were using it to heat it up for a long while as they were sandwiched with cars on the road. She heard that the road was covered with huge lumps of snow and ice that made the road not passable. She was cold, but was glad that they have at least stopped, enabling Ash and Norik to find her and to get closer. She had to think about her unborn children. They have been quiet for a while, no kicking or any movement, and just recently started to show signs of activity once she raised her energy. Her coat was barely covering her protruding belly. She felt tired under Refi's constant watch. She knew that under those conditions it would be hard to communicate with Ash and her brother, but she also knew that Hunter was there, tracking her every move, so she felt confident that they would find her.